nice to talk to you.
Hello, Greta.
I've got a long list today of questions for you, a lot of topics. Let me start with the
You
first one.
always do, Greta. You always do.
Well, this time I wrote them all down.
Well, that's
anyway,
good.
Governor Rick Perry said that he had dinner with you recently and that you do not believe the president's birth certificate is real or not. Is the governor correct that you don't believe it? I thought that you were satisfied.
I'm not a major believer. I mean, I don't know how it just miraculously appeared, and we'll see what happens, but I've never been a major believer. All of a sudden, after years and years, it was produced out of nowhere. Some people have serious doubts as to its validity. And I frankly really want to get on to much more important subjects, although that's a very important one, because if in fact it's not 100%, he's not supposed to be the president of this country, which is a pretty important fact. But nevertheless, I want to talk about jobs, I want to talk about the economy, I want to talk about how China and OPEC and others are ripping us off. But I'm not a fan.
I thought last April that it was finally put to rest with you.
No, never to rest. I'm at a point where I say, look, the country is going to hell in a handbasket, and something has to be done about it, and we shouldn't be talking about the birth certificate, but people love to talk about it. For instance, it's your first question. I guess at a luncheon or at an interview, Governor Perry had mentioned that I said that I'm not a big believer, and I'm not. I mean, people look at the hospital. There are no records that his mother was ever there. There are many other things that are really suspect. So, after years of Hillary wanting it and McCain wanting it and everybody wanting it, and I put the big pressure on, all of a sudden it appears, and people have real questions about the validity. Now, I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about jobs. I want to talk about how to get this country great again, but I'm not a big fan.
All right. Well, I'm convinced it's the real deal. So
well, that's good. I'm glad you are. That's okay. And some people are, and some people aren't. And I'm just not as easily convinced.